Good afternoon. Hope everybody's ready for some after hours action. We're going to try and get some. Matthew, good afternoon. Scott, good afternoon. Todd, good afternoon. Hurdler Rex, there you go. All right. Good afternoon. Everybody's going to have to get name tags so I know who everybody is. Bulls still trying to run up. BULLZ, nice run today. NKTR still had it in it this morning, buddy. Wow. That drop all the way down into the 16s and then all the way back up into the 27 range. That was smooth, man. Very smooth. WFF, yeah, I saw that one earlier today, this morning in pre-market. It was getting a little attention. Well, we've got about 2 minutes. I hope everybody's ready. Gabriel, good afternoon. Sheila, good afternoon. Kathy, good afternoon. Good afternoon to everybody over there in YouTube and TikTok. Good to have you guys along. We've got our Zoom meeting going on right now, and we are going to find us something in after hours, some kind of press release, hopefully. We like to trade on those press releases, so hopefully I get one that pops up here that we can all take advantage of. If not, maybe we'll get a momentum play, something that has some continuation from today's run and keeps right on running into after hours. We'll take a ride on that train too. Yes, YAAS was up over 100% today as well. I think it was up about 117 last time I looked. Darn good. Good afternoon. Messi, good afternoon. Dow Jones is up 572 points right now. NASDAQ's up 283. S&P's up 68. SPY is up $6.84. Market's pretty healthy today. That's a good sign. I like that. All right, here we go. Let's see what the market throws at us. Let's see, DDD, class action lawsuit, another class action lawsuit. All right, FTRK is up 20%. and still dropping. That one's dropping. Fast Track Group. Dropping here in after hours. I don't know why it says it's up 16%. That's not correct. AERT. AERT popped up a little bit. FTRK trying to recover now off of this big fall that it had today. FTRK. Take a look at the daily chart on that. That thing has been stair-stepping and halting down, 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 down since about 1 o'clock this afternoon. No, since about 3 o'clock. And it's starting to climb back up, believe it or not, in after hours. Let's see what else we got here. Technology discloses NASDAQ. Investigation. Proposed public offering on FBRX. Proposed public offering on FBRX. So it just dropped about $2. GLBZ just popped up about 15%. FTRK. It's the first one I gave you. FTRK climbing back up. It's trying to gain back what it lost today. About 3 o'clock, it started dropping real quick, and it's gaining it all back right now. FTRK. I don't know if anybody's paying attention or not, but it's going up. Getting a sizable chunk. TNFA starting to move up. It's a 15-cent stock. TNFA, that's up about 13%. VSTM announces the first patient dosed in a clinical trial, a phase 1 clinical trial. VSTM. VSTM. VSME. VSME just popped up. SRFM. SRFM, for those of you that played that one today, that one's starting to move up as well. SRFM. NSPR announces FDA approval for Seaguard. Prime, it's a stent system for the prevention of strokes. NSPR. NSPR. Watch that one. NSPR. LFWD. Rewalk personalized exoskeleton is reasonable and necessary for medical beneficiary. Take a look at LFWD. LFWD. NSPR has news, and LFWD, that one has news. Check those out. Seed popped up a little bit. SEED. Origin Agritech. I don't see any news on it, but it did pop up just a little bit. Right now, attention should be on NSPR and LFWD. Let's see where these are going to go here. Come on. All right, LFWD's pulling down a little. NSPR is pushing up. Both of those have news on them. Mark, good afternoon. ALLT. ALLT announces a public offering. ALLT, a public offering, and it is dropping quickly. It's down about $1 so far. ALLT. See, that press release is worthless. NSPR and LFWD. Let's see where this is going to go. Let's see if it's going to keep pulling backwards here. Let's see. XTKG, GLBZ. SHPH announces closing of a $4.2 million private placement priced at market. Closing of a private placement. That can sometimes push the price up. SHPH. Shuttle Pharmaceuticals. Closing of an offering. Oh, let's see here some more press releases. RCAT, looks like that is a class action lawsuit. And that one is also a class action lawsuit. That doesn't help us. NSPR continuing to pull backwards. LFWD hanging tough. SHPH. Jury's still out on that one, which way that one's going to go. Vicky, good afternoon. Always do your due diligence. Make sure before you jump into a stock that you've done your due diligence. Make sure that you've checked the volume. You've looked at the daily chart. You've looked at the 1 minute time frame, the 5 minute time frame, 30-minute time frame. Make sure you are doing all the things that you like to do. Cross the T's and dot the I's before you jump into something. Just because a stock has a press release does not always necessarily mean, even if it's good news, it doesn't always mean it's going to go up. And it may be a quick pump and then a drop right back down again. So you have to be very careful. Do your due diligence before you blindly just jump into something on a press release. Make sure that it's doing what you like a stock to do before you jump in. Make sure it's meeting all of your criteria for that good setup that you like to have. Make sure it's doing that before you jump in. NSPR, LFWD. CTXR pushing up a little bit here, needs some volume. CTXR, it's up about 22-23%. CTXR. Mark, good afternoon. PEPG, class action lawsuit. Well, that doesn't help us, does it? Those class action lawsuits don't help us at all. CTXR still climbing. BITF class action lawsuit. DDD class action lawsuit. A lot of those popping up. CTXR finally getting a little bit of relief here. It's finally pulling back a little bit. What a great day with NKTR. Mark, yes, it was amazing. That was a really great stock from this morning. Even after the market opened and it dipped down into the mid $16 range, it still managed to climb back to 27. That was really cool. Well, our top three runners right at the moment, NSPR is up 41%, CTXR up 27%, LFWD is up about 25%. Those are the top three. Everything else kind of non-existent as far as any movement goes. D-Nut Krispy Kreme seeking recovery for investors. Contact. So it's another lawsuit, class action lawsuit. It did pop up from 260 to 265, but I suspect that's not going anywhere. Iova class action lawsuit. Boy, they like to toss them class action lawsuits out. LFWD and NSPR both pulling down. CTXR pulling down. Everything's pulling down. Market's getting afraid here. Everything's pulling down. All at the same time. Somebody check World News. See what's going on. Something's happening. I picked up $1,200 profit in the AM and made another $300 throughout the afternoon, skimming on a few more shares. That's awesome, Mark. That's a great day. That's a really good day in the market. Kate, good afternoon. Everything is pulling down. NSPR, steady pull down. LFWD, steady pull down. We are dropping the drawers on a couple of these. Woo. Wow. TNFA moving up. It's a little 15 penny stock. TNFA. TNFA. Always remember, when I mention a stock here, especially in after hours, and I mention a particular ticker that it's up a certain amount, that's not a signal to go buy the stock. Don't misunderstand that. I'm not telling you to go buy a specific stock because I called out that it's up 15% or it's moving up right now or anything along that. So don't misunderstand the language here. I'm simply pointing out to you what stocks are moving in after hours so that you know which ones to go look at. And you might go look at it and you decide, I don't like that one. And then maybe another one I mentioned, you go look at it and you happen to like that one. NSPR got another press release on their FDA approval, but it is still dropping like a rock. LFWD doing the same exact thing. CTXR is pushing up. It's up about 19%. Let's see if this bounces. We got a nice climb on CTXR up to $1.67. It dropped to $1.41 right after that. So it pulled back pretty hard. Now it's back to the 150s. We'll see if it climbs up. Again, remember, I'm not telling you what stocks to go buy. I never, ever call out a stock and say, go buy this stock. You need to be in this stock right now. That's totally up to you to make that decision. All I do is point out what is moving. So you at least have a starting point. So you at least know where to go look. That can save a lot of time on your part if you just know which stocks in after hours are moving. There's so many stocks. How do I know which ones are moving in after hours? Wolfpack. There you go. That's how you know. NSPR still pulling down. That one is not letting go. LFWD, it's starting to curl up a little bit, but I wouldn't trust it. Not yet. Not yet. That thing pulled all the way back to where it started after that little run up. GNSS Navy orders $2 million in LRAD by the Genesis Maritime Communication System. So, GNSS, they have a new order, $2 million order from the U.S. Navy. GNSS. Don't know if it'll go anywhere, but it's got a $2 million order. We'll see what it does. Some of you might like that one. Some of you might not like that one. NA. Remember NA from this morning? NA, Nano Labs. That one's moving up in after hours. It's been falling since 4 o'clock. It had just now, about 3 minutes ago, decided to curl back up again. So it's curling back up. Had a horrific drop today during the market hours. Beautiful climb in pre-market, great money maker in pre-market, and then it went sideways, and then when the market opened, it dropped and dropped and dropped and dropped. Now it's trying to climb back up again. Triple D, I think that's another. Triple D, DDD announces significant strengthening of its balance sheet. They also announced class action lawsuit about 20 minutes ago. But those are frivolous. I wouldn't pay any attention to those class action lawsuits. SMR, general market news. CTXR trying to push back up. NSPR still dropping. GLBZ, nothing there. LFWD down. NSPR. FWD. Darn good. We'll see you tomorrow. ZCMD. Well, it looks like a China play to me. Needs some volume on that. YAAS. This one ran today. YAAS. This stock ran really well today. This was a monster. Got beat up right before the bell at 4 o'clock. It got beat up pretty bad and dropped, but it is climbing back up again. YAAS. Just for those of you interested. Nothing really moving right now. Triple D, DDD, moving up a little bit on their financial. Nothing dramatic. Not really seeing anything here. Nothing to get too excited about. Triple D, DDD still trying to push up a little bit on that announcement that they've strengthened their balance sheet. Boy, this is pretty pathetic here. This is pretty sad and slow right now. Oh, come on, we need to do better than this. Boy, this isn't giving us anything. Pretty slow out there. Has anybody else got anything running out there? I don't see anything running here. I don't see anything getting any volume in a positive way. Maybe we'll get some news at 4:30. My AC is running, that's it. Yep. I got mine running. TNFA. Well, it did try to run right at 4 o'clock. It's up about 2% right now, 2.9%. It's not up very much. It did try to make a nice little climb, though. Keep an eye on it. TNFA, it might push back to 16 again. RETO. Rocket Lab. Quantum Space, QS. Ticker symbol QS. Achieves major milestone. Cobra separator process enters baseline production. Whatever that means. QuantumScape Corporation, QS. It is moving up on that news. The market seems to be responding to that. Have no idea what that meant because I'm not that up on. I need to call somebody on the Geek Squad. But anyway, just FYI, it's moving up on that press release. QuantumScape achieves major milestone. Cobra separator process enters baseline production. Cobra separator process in baseline cell production. Continuous flow separator production platform designed to enable faster, more energy efficient production with a smaller equipment footprint. Speed occupies fraction of physical space per film. I don't quite get that one. QS. ELBM. Voting results. AQN. General market news. QS is stuck here. We jumped to 483, pulled back to 460, and there we sit. XTKG. XTKG. Popping up. XTKG. All of a sudden, that one started pumping. It's up 79%. Do we have any news on that one? I don't see any. How about Plug? Outperforms competitors, outperforms market, outperforms market, outperforms market. Nothing, nothing, nothing. From nothing is nothing. CTXR. CTXR trying to curl back up again. A lot of general market news popping up. Nothing we can use. Nothing we can use. CTXR. Come on. CTXR. Let's do it. CTXR. Got it back up to 160. NSPR. Are we at a dip buy opportunity here? 225, 232. Yeah, I'm going to say so, Randy. I'm going to have to pick this up on Webull, though. NSPR. QS, the one that I wasn't real sure what that press release was all about. Boom. SRFM slowly creeping its way up. QS came to play here. Holy smokes. Yeah, I didn't quite understand the press release real in depth. So I really couldn't tell how that one was going to respond, but evidently it's responded pretty good. Looks like it's getting ready to boom again. Getting ready to pop again. Come on. All right, we're going to take some NSPR down here. I am at the bottom down here. I'm going to have to pick this up on Webull. So hopefully that will play out for us well, Randy, if you grab some with me down there. All right, we're going to see how that plays out. I took some of that NSPR down here at the bottom on Webull so that I can trade it early morning tomorrow. I don't want to buy it on E-Trade tonight because if I hold it overnight and it starts dropping in early pre-market, like 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm not going to be able to get rid of it because you can't start trading till 7 with E-Trade. So I'm going to grab it on Webull. That way I have it early in the morning and I can get rid of it if I need to. I may get rid of it tonight. If it starts falling tonight, I'll get rid of it. But either way, we got some of that, and we're ready to play ball with that one. We'll see if we get a bounce on that. Hell, we might get a nice bounce on it yet tonight. Who knows? I think it's a little overdone though, as far as the sell-off is concerned. A little bit overdone. We'll let you know how we did on that. Why get some? Because I like the news. And that's pretty much it. I like the news, and if you pull back on the chart, look on the monthly chart, down there where we picked it up at, isn't a 52-week low, but it's pretty damn close. It's hugging a low that it has maintained for several weeks. It's, like I said, it's not a 52-week low, but it's pretty damn close. So we're gonna take that and hope for a bounce off of that, especially on the fact that it's got some good news out there, and see if we can't get it to bounce just a little bit. $234, Michael. How about QS, Cobra Separator Process, enters baseline production? We know about that. I have no idea what it means, but the stock is pushing up a little bit. JetBlue, stock climbs 4%. NPCE, hires former CFO. Okay, nothing there. All right. Nothing there. QS hanging tight. CTXR coming down. LF. All right, we're down to 236 now on NSPR, so we're going to watch it close. Get my Webull pulled up here. do Webull on my phone. I've got my computer set up with E-Trade. I'm going to sell into the bid if it drops down to my buy-in. JC, QS 463 to 521. Nice trade. QS at 526. All right, out on NSPR. I'm out on NSPR. Took a penny loss, 1 penny loss. Let's go back to the monthly chart. Ooh-wee, nice. We're going to try it again. All right, let's try it again at 212, 211, 210, 208, nice. Pull back a little bit more. 211. I'm going to try 211. All right, we're going to try 211 this time. Byron got a 207, you dirty dog. I thought I was being slick at 211. Well, all right, now look. We got it at 234, had to dump it at 233 because I just didn't want to take a loss on it, but I did take a penny loss on it. So I did take a 1 penny loss. Got it back again at 211, and now it's up to 221. So I've already got my penny back, and I'm back into money again. That's how you do that. I'm talking about NSPR, Moby. PASG popped straight up and straight down. HIMS announces investigation. Okay, nothing there. Receives FDA feedback on pre-investigational new drug briefing document. There's nothing there. So you saw how I did that. I got in, it went up. When it came back down, I just got rid of it. I just chalk it up as a bad trade. I was up just a little bit, but it came right back down, and I just had to get rid of it and call it even. I did lose a penny on it, but then I let it drop, and I let it drop, and I let it drop, and let it drop, and it dropped down below pretty damn near 52-week low on good news. Yeah, it was pretty damn close to that 52-week low. It dropped down. The lowest prior to that was back in November of last year. It hit this level, this 207 level. So it hasn't been this low in quite some time. So I'm going to count on that. I'm counting on the fact this stock doesn't like to sit down here in this area very long. And then let's add on top of that the good news that just came out. So that's all I'm counting on here is a bottom play where I know it doesn't like to stay down at this level for very long. If you look at the chart, go back and look at the 4, 5, 6 month chart on that and see the bottoms down there. See where this thing has consistently dropped, where it has consistently gone back up to after it hit that. And then let's add in on top of that a fresh piece of news that's good. I think we get a little bit of a bounce out of this. And so far, we're still in the money. I know that was a long explanation of why I took that stock, but I always get asked, why on earth would you take a piece of that stock? QS getting ready to explode here. QS looks like it's getting ready to pop. It is winding up. $220. Well, right now, 220 is not a bad entry. Not a bad entry at all. You're in the money there at 220. As long as you're in the money, hang on to it. Oh, let's see. QS. Look at QS. Well, told you it was getting ready to boom. Come on, 550. This thing got 550 in it. $228. Well, we're up to 230. That second play off that bottom down there paid off. So far, we got our penny back. And then some. So far we're doing okay. QS 540, 542. $550. Can we get $550 at least? Now keep an eye. If you got into NSPR, make sure you're being diligent about watching it. Don't step away from this thing until you're ready to sell. It could drop very quickly, and you don't want to lose a lot of money on it. Very tiny losses. Manage your risks. Take those tiny losses. If this thing drops and it drops down to your buy-in, or maybe a penny or 2 pennies under your buy-in, don't sit and hold it hoping that it's going to bounce, because it might not. What I like to do, if I get in and it starts to go up and I think I'm doing pretty good and it falls right back down, I'm out. I don't sit and hold it hoping it might go back up again. Simply because I've seen too many times over the years of trading, it just goes down and down and down, and it never bounces ever. And you're stuck holding the bag. Look at QS. 559. I guess we got our 550. Beautiful. So if it's a stock that I really want to play, I really like the news, and I like the setup. I like where it's sitting as far as the 52-week high, the 52-week low. I look at the monthly chart, and I see the chart action, and I see that it consistently is sort of in a Darvas box where it hits a support area, bounces up to a resistance, comes down to support, goes up to resistance, and it's been bouncing in that zone, if you will, consistently. And I really like the news. What I'll do is if I buy in and it drops, I'll sell, take my little bit of loss, and then I'll wait and see if it drops some more. And if it continues to drop, I'm still going to go in there and buy it. Always remember, if you have a motive for buying it, if you have a reason for buying it in the first place, if that reason is still there, there's no reason not to get back into it. You just have to get a better entry. It's all about the entry. It's all about where you get in. Every stock has the ability to make money. Every stock, I don't care what the stock did today. If it dropped all day, but it had some spikes in there, every stock, and I say this as a blanket statement, every stock offers the ability to make money on it. Every stock gives you the ability to make money on it, no matter how ugly it looks, because they all bounce, they all spike. It may not be a lot, it may not spike as high as what it's falling, but there's always going to be spikes in there. So always remember, making money on stocks it's all about the entry. It's all about where you get in and where it goes after you get in. I know it sounds very elementary and very simplistic, but I'm trying to make it sound that way because it really is that simplistic. It's all about where you get in. Look at NSPR right now. You know, we got in at $2.30. It went up a little bit and it crashed, and we thought, well, I guess we're done with. Right? That stock took our money, it took a penny away from us. But we jumped back in again at 211, and now we're at 225. So even though it took money from me a little bit, I was able to get it back by taking another entry in a little bit better spot. And I don't mean to be preachy about it or anything, but there's a lot of common sense to this stuff. QS just keeps on going. Still going. 571. Well, we were wondering about 550. 571. And it's only up 30%. Oh, let's see. Not much going on here. QS is about the only game in town right now. QS is about the only thing that's got any movement on it, any action, any excitement buzzing around it. Genius Group, GNS, moving up a little bit. TMN, Links. Yeah, there's nothing moving right now. QS is about it. That's about the only thing giving anybody any pleasure here this afternoon. And of course, I'm going to be watching NSPR. Now, see, it's down to 220 now. NSPR. So again, I'm going to be watching it. If it drops down to 211, if it drops down to about 212, I'll have my finger on the sell button. And I'll sell into the bid if I need to get out quickly so that I don't take a loss. And if it drops below that 211, 210, 208, 207, 197, and it just keeps dropping, I'm still going to watch it. And I'm still going to take another play on it. I'm going to take another play on it if I have to, down even lower, under $2 if I have to. Because I know based on the chart, it's going back up. I just don't know when. Could be tonight, could be tomorrow, could be in the next 3 or 4 days. But we're going to turn this into a swing play and hope that we get a nice big bounce out of it. Just that simple. RSI is still pretty low on it. There's some room for growth in there. We'll keep an eye on it. And we'll let you know how we do in early pre-market tomorrow. So if TikTok, YouTube, if you guys can join us at 7:35, bright and early, tomorrow morning, we'll let you know how we did on NSPR, where we're kind of sitting at that. 211 buy-in, $2.11 buy-in on that. So we'll let you know how we're doing with that one at 7:35, or you can join us on our Zoom from the website. Go to the website, subscribe to live trading, and join us at 6:45 in the morning. But our Discord will be up and active at about 4 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 3:30 in the morning. Most guys don't sleep in there. But if we're lucky, we'll see a nice big run. Another big push up. Do I have any expectations that NSPR is going to push back to $4? No, absolutely not. But I'd be happy with $3, $3.05, $3.10. I'd be perfectly happy with that. That's almost $1 a share. That's a nice little profit in the afternoon. So you guys have a good evening. And I'll see the Wolfpack and everybody on TikTok and YouTube. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. God bless. Everybody keep it green. Keep your eyes on NSPR and say, that crazy Wolfpack guy picked some of that up. I wonder how he's doing with that one. We'll find out tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody. Time for me to go. NSPR to the moon.